a Swahili festival in Denmark without Swahili people, Your Majesties. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Trust you and yours are well and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my esteemed subscribers. You love, celebrated, and of course, appreciated. You know, what are we not going to see? We will see everything. Sometimes when you think that you've seen it all, you see another one and you pinch yourself, you call yourself by your name and then you answer yourself and you say, no, I haven't seen anything. That is the situation of the African people at this point. Okay? I saw something and I said I'm going to share this with you so that you leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section. Remember, when it comes to the African culture, tradition, practices, everything about Africa, the collective West had made it look like when you practice all these things, you are not educated, you are not civilized. Okay. Now there is a misconception between civilization and colonization. For you to be civilized, they want you to act as a colonized person. And what is being colonized? When everything about you is not good, it is everything about Europe and America that is good. That is colonization. But a lot of Africans have been conditioned, our brains have been conditioned to believe that you need to be colonized to be civilized, without understanding that these are two different words. Okay? Two different words, they meant two different things. And if we understand this to the depth, to the latter, we'll understand why I'm saying all this. So, we are not ashamed of who we are. Our cultures, our dresses, our traditions, our song, everything about us, we are ashamed of it. And even though we want to practice these traditions of ours, we will somehow, adulterate it a little bit with European practices so that they will say that we are civilized people, so that they don't laugh at us. And here we are, we have Europeans who are copying everything about Africans. Remember, as of last year, is it up to a year? I think it's up to a year, where I showed you that couple, those European couple who were dressed in African dress, eating African food. They don't just eat it, they cook it using African pot, way of cooking everything. The woman tied her hair. In short, it was even more than this my own. These were Europeans. These were Europeans. We saw it. We saw it happen. We saw them. Your Majesties, I brought that information here to you. But is that important to us? No, it's not important because it is a white man that is doing it. It's okay. We accept it happily. Happily, the Africans will happily expose the secret of their tradition to Europeans who are moving up and down in Africa as tourists. There are a lot of Europeans in the continent right now, moving here and there. They say they are tourists. Africans will take them to the inner chamber, expose everything about their tradition to them. In short, they don't have a problem with that. You ask, they are being civilized. They are civilized people. Now, let's listen to this and then we'll take it up from there.
Now, listen. Listen. Can you hear the drums? Can you? Yes, I can. I can hear the drums. I can hear my people. But I can't see my people. You see? Now, that's the problem. I can hear my people, but I can't see them. So apparently, this was a Swahili festival in Aarhus, Denmark. African drums, African dance, African fabrics, but not a single visible African face in sight, except maybe this little girl, this mixed girl in the circle there. Now tell me, how do you have a Swahili festival without Swahili people, without East Africans, without Africans at all? How do you have such festival? First, it was a Pan-African Family Values Conference in Kenya with 7 white men as keynote speakers. Now, it's a Swahili festival in Denmark with a group of white women dancing to African drums, tied in African fabrics, and not a single African in sight. You see, this is not cultural appreciation. This is cultural cosplay. This is, we love your rhythm, but not your struggle. You tied a kitenge on your waist and called it celebration. Where are the African elders, the Swahili speakers, the stories, the soul? Do you know what Swahili even means? Do you know its connection to the coast, to trade, to language, to identity? Or did you just Google African dance and then go with the vibes? Africa is not a theme. Our culture is not your yoga. Our traditions are not costumes you dust off for weekend entertainment. No. Now, here's the irony. Africans, the real ones, the real Africans, are often told to assimilate, integrate, tone it down a little, blend in. But somehow, you think this is a celebration, right? When we do this, it's too ethnic. It's being an Englishman in New York. But when you do it, it's artsy. This isn't about gatekeeping, right? It's about context. If you want to celebrate us, include us. That's all we're asking. Respect us and stop pretending that African culture means something when Africans are not even allowed to define it. Respect us. That's what we're asking for. If you are going to host a Swahili festival, then center Swahili people, or call it what it is, what it really is. A European drum circle in African drag. Plain and simple. Stop pretending. You can be us without us. Include us and respect our culture.
All right, Your Majesties, the truth is that you can't be us no matter how hard you try. We are who we are, you are who you are. Like joke, before our faces like this, our tradition, our culture, everything, our land, everything will be taken away from us. And then we'll see nothing wrong with it. The way some of you saw nothing wrong with those European young men who claim to be African. And that's why it's taking me to this Pan-African conference. Like what he said, just look at the screen and look at the key speakers for this so-called Pan-African conference. That young man that I brought, that young man from the other video that was claiming to be African, he said something. He said, Pan-Africanism is not about being African. They are sending you a message gradually, but we are not listening to the message. We are so occupied with things that does not matter that we are not listening to the message they are sending us. Now it says Pan-African Conference on Family Values. Okay, this happened in Kenya. Pan-African Conference on Family Values. Provisional posters, the speakers. Do you see any African there? No African. This happened on the 12th of May, 12 to 17 May 2025. The Boma Hotel, Nairobi, Kenya. That the whole of UN, 25,000 white people and their families are coming to Kenya. They are happy. They say it is what? Economic growth. They are saying that other African countries are jealous of them. Oh my goodness. If we open our eyes, allow ourselves, let our eyes be open to understand, and our reasonings be open to understand the plans that these people have for us. You think that they are joking with you. You think they are joking with you. Look at all these men. 7 men are European, but they told you it's Pan-African Conference. What concern Pan-Africanism with all these white people? What concern Pan-Africanism with the Europeans that you are saying? But Africans are not seeing anything wrong with it. To them, it is integration. To them, they are being, we don't see color. We're a rainbow nation. Kiniko, kiniko. When trouble starts, we open our eyes and begin to look for who is going to fight for us. I hope that time will not come. I hope we will not be, overthrown before we realize that it is a battle against our existence as the African people. Like I told you before now, a lot of families, these interracials, in short, this is where all these things are coming from. This is where all these things are beginning. When we talk about do not pollute the race, okay? Stay within the race, marry within the race. You will see black people, you jump them, you go and marry Keniko. You see Africans, you jump them, you go and marry Kiniko. You say love does not see color. Love does not see, love is blind, go. Now, we are beginning to see how love is blind is destructing or destroying the core of ourselves now as Africans. But a lot of us will still not understand. We'll say Abigail is racist. Abigail does not like other race. This is what we used to console ourselves. I hope that time will not come when we regret all that we are doing at this point. Let's be watchful. Let's be careful. I'm leaving you with some of this information. I will leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section, Your Majesties.
Yes, I am white. Yes, I have green eyes. But no, I'm not European. I'm African. And to every white South African, especially Afrikaners, stop clinging to the West. The future hasn't been there in over 400 years. And those Afrikaners who fled in 49 thinking they'd escape Africa, they died the day they left. Their children aren't Afrikaans, they're American. Their culture, buried. Their identity, lost. You do not preserve a culture by running. You preserve a culture by evolving. If you really care about being Afrikaans, about your blood, about your identity, about your children, then your future is in African unity. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to become part of Africa's direction or you will be wiped out by history. Just like any settler who thought they could live on borrowed time. Pan-Africanism isn't just for black people. It's to anyone committed to the land, the people, and the future of Africa. The next war is already here. The war of ideas fought in our soil, over our resources, and over the direction of Africa. It's time to stop being settlers and start being African.